I call the legendary coach first, the legendary player, first, the legendary man, first, dad, first. So many different hats that I think our big brother Kenny Wilhite wears, but I wanted to bring Kenny here for this reason, not to jump me. That's why I strategically set this up like I did. Okay,
I ain't gonna let him jump you, bro.
Yeah, I know you. What you mean? He thought that I was calling you to jump me, and I was like, I'm smart enough to game plan and know not to be in the building when I bring Big Bro Kenny in. That's beautiful. Okay, so Kenny, I just wanted to bring you in. You know, you spent 10 years down at the program under 3 or 4 different regimes. First thing I want to talk about is the 105. I just literally went on Nebraska football website and counted 151 players. 151 players. From your position and from your perch, what is that going to look like when you got to get to 105?
It's going to be ugly.
Mass destruction.
That's what he said. But I tell you who's licking their lips. That's the FCS programs in the lower level Division I schools.
Clarny.
No, you can't go that
I'm talking about
yet.
just for like Nebraska kids.
For Nebraska kids, yes. Kearney, Concordia.
Yeah, it helped them out.
Hey, calm down.
But like you said, I mean, the FCS schools and the lower level Division I schools, right now, when that was announced, they assigned somebody to get on every roster to see who they think going to be cut. Scholarship, walk on, doesn't matter.
So that, let me ask you this question. Do you ride out with a couple of guys that are juniors going into their senior year? Do you ride out with them or do you cut bait and go? Because at the end of the day, you only got 105. So I'm just wondering how that looks. Because you got to cut some people, right?
Yes.
You can't keep everybody.
Not some.
How many? We got 25 scholarships coming in.
You got to cut 46.
Whoa.
And like you said, you got 25 coming in, so there's going to be some more.
It's going to be a numbers game.
It's going to be.
It's going to be that just like the NFL. How many you going to keep for DBs? How many linebackers you going to keep? How many D linemen? How many receivers? You need a long snapper. You got to count that guy in. So.
But going back to what you said, it's going to be tough because there's 46 guys that I don't know if, then we're going to talk about the juniors. But the 46 guys that you sit around as a staff and say, oh, this person we got to move on, this person we got to move on. A junior that's been there 3 years, or just say a junior you just got there that hasn't helped you out this year, he may have to go. There's going to be some hard discussions made. So you as a staff got to make the right decisions, because if you bring in players and they're not successful next year, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
You're going to have to go in the portal yourself. So that may be, we say 46 right now. They're bringing in 25. You may have to cut about another 10 to 12 more because you need to go in the portal to fix your, like Farley just said, it's a numbers thing. You may have 2 DBs on the roster right now. You need 2 more DBs with experience. Now you got to let go 2 other guys.
In this climate, it just, all it did was put all those players, if they're loafing around, right, not doing what they're told in the classroom, on the football field, and you got to cut to 105.
You made it easy for them. If you're not doing what you're doing on and off the field, you making it easy for them. There's no discussion. Hey, we've given you an opportunity. You continue to be on this list. You continue to do this. You continue not to do this. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go in a different direction. So you're making it easy. You're making their job easy. But if there's a guy on the roster that's been there 3 years doing what he's supposed to do, that's the hard one you got to make.
Well, now development of players is far more important with 105 than it is with 151.
You keep saying development. We're not in a situation to develop.
What are you talking about? You got to get you got to develop the players with transfer portal guys. But you went in the transfer portal, and the best guy that we've got out of the transfer portal is Sierra Wright. That's the best guy.
So
in 3 years,
you cannot miss when you go in the portal. You cannot
We've missed. 56 was a bust. Your linebacker that you went and got from Syracuse, that's a bust. That's a bust for me. He didn't play. If he was Syracuse best linebacker, and he came to Nebraska to play.
Who said he was their best linebacker?
You brought him in from
nobody ever said he was
the best. Man, let me get clear for y'all. Hold up a second. Let me get clear because I think you think I'm playing for a minute. Let me put this brick behind me. Hold up. Say, sir. No, hold up a second, sir.
VJ, he may have been Syracuse's best linebacker, right? He may have been the best linebacker on their roster.
True.
But when he got here, has he played much?
No.
So you didn't add that person better than what you already had on your roster.
So again, who recruited that though? That's what I'm telling y'all. When I say development, you can't go get in the transfer portal and get a 56 that doesn't come in and start and be a leader for you on a young football team when you got 80 freshmen. You can't make that mistake and go get a Jeff Sims when you got young guys behind him that are looking like, oh, he's a senior. He's supposed to help the freshmen. So if you go get seniors and juniors out of the transfer portal that have no leadership qualities, all they are is football players, I'm going to tell you now, all you bringing is more cancer to the team.
I wouldn't call it cancer. I just call it players that you can depend on right away.
No.
Because you don't know how they're acting within the confines of the stadium. Or
what is the tight end's name? Gilbert. Gilbert. What's his name? Eric Gilbert. Was it Eric Gilbert?
Yeah, Eric Gilbert.
Oh, what happened with him?
You talking about the one that's no longer with the program?
Hold up a second.
He came in with baggage.
Yeah,
and that's what I was talking about. You have to do your homework, VJ, and that's what I'm talking about. You cannot miss going forward. You cannot miss going forward. You can't. If you know the old lineman that's on the roster right now came from Florida, came with baggage. You know that, and you still bring him into this environment. That's on you. You cannot do that. You cannot continue to do that, and that's what I was talking about. You cannot miss.
But why would we waste? Here's what I say, and I'm in agreement with you. Why would we waste a scholarship on the kid from Florida, like you said, that can't even come in here and start properly and be a leader properly instead of getting Caleb Heifel, who will be a starter at Missouri in the next 2 years? That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. So when we are identifying talent, where is this talent coming from? Because I don't see, who's the best defensive back out there to you, Coach?
Singleton and Buford.
Well, I can't. No. Let me dig in and say the position that you play first.
Corner.
Okay. Ooh. So who's the best corner out there?
Right now, Sierra Wright has probably played the best.
Who's the best DB playing overall? Malcolm Hausar.
No.
Playing the best.
He just got beat for a touchdown. He got beat last week for a touchdown.
He missed 2 interceptions.
No, so
he had balls bouncing off his head.
No, listen to me. You say high point the ball, right?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have never been in that situation. The guy was 2 yards behind him. The quarterback threw the ball. No, he at 5'9", 5'10", the guy was 2 yards behind him in the end zone. He shouldn't have never put himself in that situation. He was beat anyway. The quarterback underthrew the ball that gave him a chance to go up and try to make a catch on him.
Yeah. But, like I say about this number game right here, you're going to now college football is going to change this whole, it's changing
the landscape.
For a team like us or for any team, this might be a 15-15 scholarship class. You're going to go 15 somewhere else, 15 high school,
and then 15
probably
Porter.
get you 10 Porter.
Yep.
And build your team because
y'all gotta be crazy. 10 Portal.
You don't have
10 Portal guys don't got enough film on film. You better go get
freshmen. 80 freshmen.
You better go get 10 offensive and defensive linemen. You better not go get no more skill position.
That needs to be addressed. That needs to be addressed.
You
done got 10 the last.
Don't go get no more linebackers. Don't go get no more receivers.
You got 10 offensive line. Every year we get 5 linemen. Okay.
Yeah, but who do you got coming back?
5. Them guys ain't ready yet.
Who do you got coming back? I think we got this line.
Coming back at linebacker. You don't have nobody. The DB is set up next year so good because it's going to be you got Bly Hill coming back, who's been hurt all year, who's supposed to be the starter before the season. He's coming back.
You can't count on that.
You got a guy like Jamari Butler. He wants to come back. Now you got the young guys. Okay, you still got some guys. Marquise Buford. He's coming back next year.
Hold up a second. They're asking to come back. No, that's not. They're not guaranteed to come back. That's what I'm telling you. Now they asking early. Yeah, I want to come back, coach. Okay. Well, if I'm the coach, what have you done for me lately? What have you done to prove that you should be here next year as far as your leadership this year? You got 2 games to prove. Hold up a second, Terrell. You got 2 games to prove to me that you want to be here next year. Period.
We got
only got 105, bro.
Experience. 80 freshmen with no experience. I'd be damned.
Say whatever you want to.
I'd be damned. I go out on the field with a bunch of unexperienced players because your record gonna be worse than it is this year if you go out there with 80 freshmen and add 20 more coming from your class.
They're not gonna go out there. What I'm trying to tell you is they gave them a get out of jail free card. Okay, I don't think you understand that. Every team in moving into 2025 after this season has a get out of jail free card where they can cut anybody on the team. What are you talking about? Anybody can be a victim, right, Coach?
We understand that.
Yeah. No. Coach Wilhite, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what does that mean?
There's going to be some hard conversations that has to be had. You can have a guy that has played this year.
It's going to be like NFL cut day.
Yes. You can have a guy that has played this year that may be hit and miss. They struggled at times. They play well at times. You may have to tell them, hey, we're going to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of hurt feelings. I can just tell you that right now.
You said it's going to be a lot of hurt feelings.
A lot of hurt feelings.
Yeah, it's like a guy getting injured. Okay, he's injured. We need somebody to fill in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to take somebody off another position and cut them and put somebody over here that can play. That's NFL.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for these players. This is but that's ain't fine. Everybody asked for these changes.
Everybody's asked for these changes.
Yeah.
Ever since the NIL came into play in the transfer portal, they've asked for this.
I don't feel sorry for the players. I don't feel sorry for them at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because they're getting more money than all 3 of us put together coming out of school.
What about the guys that just
I don't believe that they're putting in the same type of work in the practice field that we put in for free. They're getting paid to put in work. So you need to get a different ideology of player in there. Somebody that want to work for that money you giving them. But these dudes that don't want to work, that don't want to lay it on the line, again, I go back to, I was asking you earlier. I go back to who's the best corner on the team. You said who?
Sierra
Wright. Then I go back to, okay, who's the best defensive back?
Singleton.
Okay. And if you go to
Singleton.
Okay. Now, which one of them could play in 1991?
I think Coach D would have made a player out of Singleton. With his length, I think he would have made a player out of Singleton.
Ain't no more feeling. And let me tell you why ain't no more feeling sorry. Because if we've been feeling sorry for Nebraska football since Bo Pelini left. We've been feeling sorry. We've been the go along to get along game. I'm a part of the fan kingdom now. I don't want to be a coach. Y'all got it. I get to talk about y'all. And I know Coach Wilhite. So when you look at number 6, who was supposed to be a first rounder, he was supposed to be the best defensive back you had. Early in the year, they tried to come after me because I said, we're letting the guy sit for workload. I don't think that's a good look, right? And then we go from the workload to this guy getting a pick 6 in arguably the biggest game to being non-existent. So give me if you're an NFL scout and you got to report back to the Rams, what's your synopsis on Tommy Hill.
I'm gonna watch the tape. I'm going to visit with people I need to visit with. I'm gonna do extensive homework to try to figure out what's been his issue. I'm gonna go as a coach, as a DB coach. I would have never said to start off the season, this guy's an NFL caliber player. I wouldn't have. Because now you putting him in a position, or you put that in his head. Now he think he's made it. You can say it to him, but you don't say it out in public, right? Tommy Hill's going to be a good player for us. He's going to do this for us. He's going to do that for us. We're counting on Tommy Hill to do this and that for us. That's how you word it. Because now, when he's not performing, right, he gets injured, then you put him back out there, he's not performing. That falls on somebody else. Because I'm going to tell you right now, he may have been your best player, but he hasn't played like your best player. And it goes back to roster management. If I have, I'm going to make an example. There was a former coach that coached us at Nebraska, came down to help us at Southeast Missouri State. He hated a kid. He flat out told us he can't play. He can't play, right? He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the quickest, but he was smart. He had knowledge of the game, and he was a technician. I said, I will take him at corner. I will take him at corner, because I was going to play him over the guy we had been playing, who kept making the same mistakes over and over and over, and he was a better athlete. He excelled for us at corner. And I told the head coach, I said, I told you he was a baller. All you had to do was put it in his head that he was a baller. He's a technician, and he could get everybody lined up on the field. Going back to Tommy Hill, can he play football? Yes, but there has to be something else that's going on with him mentally, physically, or he's just not believing in who's teaching him.
But coach, can he play football? So I ask you, first of all, that's my big brother who I grew up watching. I grew up watching you, Kenny. I grew up watching you. And I'm going to tell you, 9.5 times out of 10, if the situation presents itself, we'll go to 2 plays back to back. Tommy Hill. Okay. The deep ball that should have been a sack when he just threw it up for grabs. Tommy Hill had plenty of time to get back there.
He sure did.
So I asked you, do you make that interception? Do you drop it?
Oh, I'm making that. I mean, you saw me. You posted a video of me dropping one, but I was in position, right?
Yep.
Remember that, right?
Yep.
I'm making that play. And I'm going to go back to, I heard AG, Amon Green, earlier say, when he did something wrong, he looked himself in the mirror, right? So we're playing Middle Tennessee State. I get beat for a touchdown. And this is how competitive I was. I walked out of that place. I walked home from the stadium to 16th and South Street. Clester Johnson was driving home. He pulled over and said, you need a ride. I said, I don't deserve a ride. I gave up a touchdown today. That's how much it meant to me. And that's how hurt I was. But you laughing. But that's that.
Well, I don't understand that. That's truth.
That was my mentality. That was my mentality. I didn't deserve a ride home because I just let my other 10 guys down on defense and gave up a touchdown. So going back to Tommy Hill.
Yes.
Again, if I'm
what should he have done, though, Kenny? What should he have done?
He should have became an outfielder in a baseball, turned and ran and got up under the ball. He tried to backpedal to a football when you never make that play when you backpedal to a football. You'll never make that play. You will never make that play trying to backpedal to or back up to a football. That and goes with a punt returner. You become an outfielder. You turn and run and get set up underneath the ball.
Okay.
You square up on the ball. He tried to physically backpedal to that ball. Now going to the next question.
Okay, so then the next play, they don't say Tommy Hill's the best player. We're gonna go away from him. No. They ran a little dump out pass right to him, 1-on-1. 1-on-1. See, this is the mentality, if you ask me, of Nebraska football as a whole. They had an opportunity to take it on and defend their house, their goal line, whatever you want to call it. And we turned it down. So I asked you, in that same situation, does he score on you?
No, you get the sideline's your friend. Just push him out of bounds.
I think he tried that, but it was
try.
He did not try that.
He hit him from the outside in.
What?
Like,
He didn't even bring his feet, Terrell.
He didn't bring his feet.
He just hit him wrong.
What?
He hit him wrong.
He didn't even hit him.
He tried to hit him. They bumped.
He bumped him.
Yeah,
That's
they
all.
bumped. He
But
tried.
you-
He
really
didn't
thought he
bump
was just
nothing.
out of bounds.
You had the sideline as your. He did not extend his arm.
Yeah.
Listen,
So he
let me-
just probably underestimated the guy.
I guess you guys get older when you black shirts, you forget the stuff that you learn. Anybody, you can't try to catch like this. You can't catch as a football player. Come on, you gotta go get him.
Gotta go get it. Gotta go meet force.
I ain't never saw you stop your feet, Kenny, on a tackle. Or have you?
No, slap yourself.
Well, I'm saying maybe I should go look at the tape on you. I might see some stuff like that, you know.
DJ, one thing about me, I'm gonna run my feet on the tackle playboy.
Okay, I saw.
I was only 5'8", 175. You think I'm gonna sit there and take one? Yes or no?
Terrell.
Yeah,